Welcome back everybody to Foxbody Addicts. Let's do a little recap of where we left off. As you can see, we got the seat out of the passenger side, got the fender off that we needed to get. We were able to get that bolt out and we got the door open. So yeah, we got some progress. We went ahead and installed, as you probably see the rivet here, we installed the door lock actuators. So now we have functioning door locks on passenger and driver's side. We're definitely going to have to clean up this carpet before we put the seats back in, but we'll get that in a later video. So let's just talk a little bit about how we got that door open. Once we got the seat out, we were able to pry along the bottom here and remove those buttons from the door. The only problem spot was right here, that is behind the dash. And as you can see there, that's why we weren't able to get that open. Did have an extra set of hands, so I was able to actually get my hand in here and lift up on the latch while somebody pulled on the outside handle. And yeah, we were able to luckily get it open. Like I said, we went from there and we replaced the door lock actuator. In the time of doing that, we did break the gasketing here, weather stripping on the inside of the door panel, but no worries, we got some replacements. Another thing we did was put these shocks on the back of the hatch. So let's show you that. So yeah, now that works properly, stays up on its own. Great replacement parts there. And we went ahead and did a new latch. So that little plastic bushing here was missing from the original piece. That was pretty straightforward. You just have to take off the body panel or take it loose and take this body panel off. Not a big deal. Couple of screws and came right off. As you can see now, there's no play, nice and tight, so we won't get any leaks. What else did we do last time? We got that fender off. So now both front fenders are off and we can put the replacements we have back on. Once we get those fenders on, the replacements we have, we'll put the hood on so we can try to line it up easier that way. Don't want to take this hood off because it's, you know, stock alignment. That way we'll make it easier on ourselves. At that time, we'll go ahead and order the front bumper cover and we'll get the front looking proper. Like I said, the carpet, the seats, all the upholstery is going to be needed to be cleaned. We want to keep this stock if we can. We don't want to replace it, but if we have to, we will. But there's no tears that I can see. Everything looks pretty decent. Sorry, it is a mess in there. We're working on it, but we'll go ahead and try to get that cleaned up the best we can so we can keep it as stock as possible. Today, I think we're going to try to mess with these doors some more. We need to replace the window motors, and we also need to replace the gasketing. As you can see, the gasketing here is dry rotted. We need to take that out. The gasketing around the door is pretty jacked up on the bottom here, ripped in some places. So we'll go ahead and replace that today. I have all those, got those in earlier this week. So yeah, I think that's what we'll do. We'll go ahead, set you guys down, maybe do a little time lapse with this, and we'll start making some progress. Alright guys, this one is being a little bit of a pain. The driver's side was a lot easier, so I think we'll go ahead and I'll finish this up, then I'll get back to you. That way you don't have to stay through this whole time-lapse thing here. Alright guys, this side is now done. Just be careful if you try to do this to not mess up this metal here. So this side was a little bit more difficult than the driver's side. you got to get way down in the door panel, and I think it was a little more attached on the driver's side, but yeah, just be careful to not bend these if you do use a screwdriver. I did. I was just trying to take my time and not scar that up. So yeah, just take your time on it. We'll come out of there, and we'll go ahead and try to see if we can get one of those pieces back in, see how difficult that is. Alright guys, let's go ahead and check out what we've got. Got some gaskets here. These are the door channel gaskets. This is the run gasket. This is the one that we need. So we'll take that. Also have, for the door panel, the top seals. So we'll go ahead and crack this guy open and see if we can get her to fit. Alright guys, I did forget to mention, when you do your channel, you're going to want to start in the corner and work your way down this way. And it'll also be easier if you remove this bolt and this bolt. That will loosen the track guide that's on the window. And it'll be a lot easier to get out the old gasket and put in the new one. Alright guys, I got it in. Let's take a look. Looks pretty nice. Wasn't too difficult to put in, just have to be nice and patient with it. We will have to wait and do the adjustments on the inside of the door once I replace the window motors. So I'm gonna have to replace the window motors that are down in here. I left the track loose on the inside. I don't know if you can see in there or not, but I left the track loose so I can adjust it when I do get the window motors in. And we'll do a final fitment on the gaskets. So let's go over to the other side. I'll get back with you when I get that one in. Alright guys, second side is done. This is what the driver's side looks like. Came out really nice. I am impressed with the quality of these gaskets from LMR. They're very nice. So with that, I can move on to the window motors. Once I get those replaced, I can kind of align everything, make sure all the gaskets, everything seat properly, allow everything to adjust, and then tighten everything back up. And that shall pretty much do it for the window channel gasket and the window motors. Get all that working, and we'll just have to do the gasketing on the door panel, and we can button it back up and we'll have operational doors. So let me get to those window motors and then I'll get back with you. Alright guys, I wanted to cut in here and show you that these new window motors are non-tapped. So you need to retain the stock mounting hardware for the old window motor because they're self-tapping screws. So that's one really important step that you're going to want to follow when you're doing this. And once you do install that, you may have to adjust this gear on here for it to line up properly. That's no big deal. Just remember to retain that hardware when you're installing. Alright guys, update. Here we go. Other side, passenger side. And both side locks work. Hey, that's a success. We have working locks and windows. Alright guys, let's get a cold start. Guys, she hadn't been started in a while, but I think she sounds pretty good. cold start every time. Get a little sound in here. Alright guys, let me show you. I went ahead and already removed this piece, but it's put in with factory staples in here into metal. So you're going to need to pry those out to be able to get the broken factory pieces out. So just be careful because the metal will bend. I'll go ahead and straighten any pieces out that I bent. Not that difficult to do. Alright guys, got it installed. That was not bad at all. I did fail to mention that the new ones do come with self-tapping screws to go through the metal. A little different than the factory, but finished product looks very nice. So we'll go ahead and do the other panel, and then I'll just show you what it looks like on the car. Alright guys, before I do put those door panels back on, we do want to do one thing. I went ahead and taped this off just in case. I don't want to really mess up the paint. We will get the car painted, but you know, don't want to do any more damage. So there are 2 rivets under here. We're gonna have to drill those out. The new handles are metal and they're also riveted, so we'll go ahead and remove driver and passenger side, get those replaced before we put the door panels back on. Just one less thing we'll have to do. So I'll go ahead and we will get back to this as soon as I'm done installing this. Alright guys, I'm back. I have the driver's side door handle installed. It was pretty straightforward. There's your new rivets. All you're going to need for this is a 3/8 drill bit to drill on the center of the old rivets to get them out of the old door handle. And one of these bigger rivet guns here, you can pick one up at Harbor Freight for pretty cheap. The passenger side is now installed as well. It opens beautifully, no issues, same as the other side, pretty straightforward. I think we will get these door panels back on now, and that way we can check out these new gaskets and see how everything ties together. Alright guys, I think that is a wrap for today. We got everything back together, got the door handles installed, got the weather stripping on top of the panel replaced, the whole door panel is back together, same with the passenger side, and I think we got a good amount done this weekend. I'm pretty happy with the progress. We'll attack something else in the next video, so thanks for watching guys, I appreciate it. Hit that subscribe button, the like button, and I'll catch you later. Peace.